Peace. Your mind is symbolic to a bank account. The information and knowledge that you acquire and accumulate is a deposit. Knowledge and information is wealth. Knowledge and information is currency. Knowledge and information is money. The more of this information and knowledge that you accumulate and acquire, the more money that you have. And when you utilize and spend the information and knowledge that you acquire wisely, you can attain wealth or more wealth with this information and knowledge when you utilize it wisely. And just like you were taught to be cautious and frugal or wise with your financial funds, with your money, you should do the same when it comes to information and knowledge. We always striving to get money. We should always strive to get new information and new knowledge so that we can master money, master wealth, master health, master self. We chasing this green when the people that made the green was chasing information. That's how they came up with the idea to make the green to keep us in this state. So we chasing the wrong thing, my peoples. Yeah, getting money is cool. Getting money is necessary. But that shouldn't be the main focus. We need to study how to acquire power. We need to study how to attain wealth. That has little to do with that green piece of paper. See, when you overconsume and overspend, when you spend more money than you accumulate and acquire, what happens? Your account reaches a negative. See, they got us deaf, dumb, and blind in today's society where we don't think it's essential to acquire information and knowledge on a daily basis. So a lot of us are stagnated when it comes to information and knowledge. So we have spent all of the information and knowledge that we have acquired to get the wrong things, and now our mental state is negative. Our bank account, our mind, is in a negative state because we fail to acquire new information and new knowledge on a daily basis or a weekly basis to keep our account in a positive state. See, once you stop learning, that's when you die. That's what the old saying is. But we need to take it and apply it to the financial level because a lot of people will understand that. Once you stop learning, you stop earning. Never get complacent with the knowledge and information that you have. Always strive to acquire more knowledge and information because that is the foundation. To build an empire, you have to constantly build the mind. You have to constantly elevate the mind. All of those people, all of the people in the past that built these empires, they will let you know that one of the key components was the fact that they never stopped learning. They never stopped acquiring information and knowledge. We are the only people that feels like reading a book or acquired information or studying will not lead to money. We think there is no money in studying. We think there is no money in books. Yes, that's because you are not utilizing the information and knowledge that you acquire through studying the right way. So take that same drive and ambition you have to acquire money, to acquire that green piece of paper. Take that same drive and ambition to acquire knowledge and information, and I guarantee you, you will have an empire built in less than a year to where you won't even have to rely on corporate America. And you also have to be aware of that fraudulent information or these people providing the fraudulent information. Always examine the information that you receive. Always check to validate or confirm the authenticity of the information that you receive from someone else and never take it off face value. Always take it back to self, take it back to the lab and examine it, utilizing a scientific approach. Because we all know what happens financially when you receive a bad check that you thought was good. Somebody wrote you a check. You didn't think nothing of it. You went to deposit it in your bank. Come to find out the check is bad. You in the store thinking you got $1,000 in your account the next day. You go to swipe your card and they tell you insufficient funds or your card is declined. Because somebody got you. You provided a service to somebody and they wrote you a bad check. And you didn't thoroughly examine the check or the individual. You didn't study their history to see if they've done this before. And you got. That's not a good feeling when you get a bad check and it bounces on you. The same thing can happen when you acquire bad information from these fraudulent people out here providing the fraudulent and bad information and bad knowledge. When you take that off face value, when you take everything that they are saying off face value and try to utilize it, and it doesn't work for you, now you mad. Well, that's your fault because you took that information and knowledge off of face value. You didn't thoroughly examine the individual and that information. So stop blaming everybody else for your state. Stop blaming everybody else for your circumstances. Stop blaming everybody else for your situations. Stop blaming everybody else and some devil for the negativity that's going on in your life. Hold yourself accountable. Examine your bank account on a daily basis, just like you check your funds on a daily and weekly basis financially. You need to take that same focus and apply it to your mental bank account. You need to assess how much knowledge and information that you have. If you have a certain goal that you want to reach financially, then you need to ask yourself, do I know everything that I need to know to reach that goal, to reach that status? And if the answer is no, then you need to find out that which you do not know, whether it be via a book, whether it be via someone else. But when you get that information from either or, you have to confirm and validate it utilizing a scientific approach. Never take one piece of information off face value as something that's accurate. Always study, always examine, always gain several sources, confirming the information and knowledge that you receive. Because information and knowledge is wealth, currency, and money. And the more of it you have, the wealthier you become. But today's society, they have brainwashed us to be deaf, dumb, and blind, so we think acquiring information and knowledge does nothing for us. So we are stagnated. Our mental bank accounts are stagnated, and a lot of us are in the negative, and our accounts have been closed because we failed to acquire new knowledge and information. We thought when we graduated from high school or college that was it. We needed to learn no more. So our accounts have been in the negative since then because we don't have that hunger to acquire new information. We've let society trick us. See, they gave us all the information that they know or thought we needed in order to enrich their empires. So they put us through their educational process, knowing that when we were to graduate, since we don't really relate to the educational process, since that educational institution was not designed for us, they knew that when we completed it, we would have no more hunger to learn. We would have no more drive to acquire information and knowledge because their educational institutions drain us with all that fabricated and miseducation that they provide. They kill our hunger, they kill our drive for learning. And once you stop learning, you stop earning. So listen, never stop learning, never stop striving to acquire information and knowledge. That is the foundation to building an empire. That is the foundation to getting out of corporate America, relying on these devils to provide you with the funds to get the bare necessities, food, clothing, and shelter out of life. If you want to attain the lifestyle that you deserve, then you have to study, you have to learn, you have to acquire information and knowledge, and you have to utilize that information and knowledge wisely. Just like you monitor your bank account, you monitor your funds, and you strive not to waste money. You do not need to waste the information and knowledge that you acquire. It is precious. So take the information and knowledge that you acquire, utilize it wisely to build your empire, and let's get our power back, black people. It's time for us to rise up, man. The world is ours, man. We deserve royalty. We deserve everything, man. Everything that was stripped from us, we need to gain it back. And the way to gain all that back is through information and knowledge. Peace.